Mike Cardano with Votto Experts on the Fantasy Sports Network here with you, and I'm here to put the odds of winning in daily fantasy gaming in your favor. So sit up straight and pay attention, or risk losing your money to others who are. Hey, we did pretty well yesterday not paying up for pitching and going with John Lester and Jeff Samardzija, especially when you look at how hard Max Scherzer and Yu Darvish were hit. And while they weren't quite as dominant as Masahiro Tanaka, considering the money we saved to put to good use on the hitting side, it worked out like a charm. Now we've got 8 afternoon games and 7 evening games on tap tonight, so you've got 2 sessions to make mincemeat of the opposition. Now tonight is pretty easy for me. Clayton Kershaw and Felix Hernandez are the top pitchers, throwing both in talent and in price, and I'm going to use King Felix. Now he's pitching against the worst offense in Major League Baseball, the San Diego Padres, and pitching in one of the top pitchers' parks in the game as well. Now it wouldn't shock me if he didn't get a win, because the opposing pitcher in that game is Andrew Cashner, who's no slouch, but I expect Hernandez to do his part and dominate. In the early games, I'm going to throw you a curve and roll out Tim Hudson. Wait, what? He doesn't strike anyone out? Well, true. He only strikes out 6 batters per 9, but he's facing the White Sox, who lead all of Major League Baseball in whiffs, having to walk back to the dugout after being punched out 631 times. Now, Hudson leads the major leagues in not walking batters, giving up just 1.3 free passes per 9. So if the White Sox tag him for a home run or two, there's a good chance it's just going to be a solo home run. Now my theory here is that Hudson, who's pitching to a stunning 1.81 ERA almost halfway into the season, will continue not to walk anyone, with the upside of grabbing a few more strikeouts than normal. Now a win for Hudson today would give him 8 on the season, putting him 100 games over 500 for his career, which has to give him consideration, if nothing else, for the Hall of Fame. Now, if you don't like Tim Hudson today, Lance Lynn is your guy. Lynn faces the hapless Mets, who have a real hard time pushing runs across the plate, as they seemingly are dead set on reaching their goal of leading the National League and striking out. We are going to play Mark Reynolds today, who should qualify at first and third on most sites. He offers a ton of upside, not necessarily because of his lefty-righty splits, he's nearly platoon neutral, but because of Wade Miley's propensity to give up the long ball. And at $4,405 on Draft Street, $4,100 on DraftKings, and a measly $2,800 on FanDuel, the risk-reward is definitely priced right. Now, first base is a position I really like today from a value standpoint. Joey Votto is a force against right-handed pitching, and facing Edinson Volquez, you can be certain of 2 things. Votto is bound to walk, and Volquez will have to give in and groove 1 or 2 to him, not to give him multiple free passes. I don't know about a home run, but I'm looking for walks, plenty of balls in play, including doubles, and hopefully RBIs and runs scored from Votto today. In fact, I'd almost categorize it as being Vottomatic. See how I did that there? And at $7,298 on Draft Street, $4,400 on DraftKings, and $3,600 on FanDuel, you don't have to pay a hefty premium for the opportunity. In the early games, I like Freddie Freeman, who dominates journeyman right-handers. He faces Fausto Carmona or Roberto Hernandez, or whoever the hell he's calling himself these days. Doesn't really matter. Freeman holds a career 144 weighted runs created plus against righties, and unless he hits the ball right at someone 3 or 4 times today, you should expect some wonderful daily fantasy results. I'm playing him on DraftKings at $4,800 and on FanDuel for $3,700. There is a 50% chance of thunderstorms, or a 50% chance of no thunderstorms, depending on how you look at it, at Comerica Park this afternoon, with the Royals and their 9-game winning streak looking to actually put some distance on their first place lead after 2 embarrassing pitching performances by the Tigers the past 2 days. There's a 40% chance of rain at US Cellular Field for the Giants-White Sox game from that same storm system, and that monster cloud isn't making things look any better tonight at PNC Park for the Reds and Pirates, or at Progressive Field for the Angels and Indians. This could be a bit tricky today, as afternoon games could get pushed back a bit till later in the day to avoid rainouts, so be extra careful and remember what your mother told you. Sometimes abstinence is the best policy. Good luck in your daily fantasy gaming today. Feel free to hit me up on Twitter with your questions and concerns. My handle is @MikeCardano, and I'll see you right back here tomorrow on the Fantasy Sports Network.